Please be advised, parental advisory strongly suggested due to sexual content more than likely erupting. Strong language, in-word moist. That's right, moist. Please enjoy, and if you get offended, we still hope you enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe if you already haven't, and tell your friends. Now sit back and enjoy the show. It's a moist one.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Average AF Podcast. This is episode 69.
Woo!
I am here with Mr. Ryan Baker, as
What
always. I never introduced myself. I always forget, but my name's Adam McElroy.
Hello, Adam.
And we have a very special guest tonight, Mr. Jeremiah Johnson.
Jeremiah Johnson,
What up?
DJ Jerry, a.k.a. Throatzilla, a.k.a. Moist One.
Yeah, son. Yeah.
Get all that.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, man. For those of you who don't know, which I'm sure most people know, Jerry has been my best friend for, 15 or 16 years now?
I didn't know that, so
That's
I doubt
weird.
anybody else knows it.
Well, I consider him a best friend. He considers me a nuisance.
It's understandable.
But yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
It's appropriate that it's episode 69.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I didn't even realize it when I texted you until afterwards.
He secretly did.
Right, because
I
that's my
didn't-
favorite
I don't.
temperature to have the thermostat in that,
Yes.
and nothing else is 69, right?
Right, exactly, exactly. I do
Well
want to say
said.
too, Jerry brought some delicious pulled pork. That
Very
was fantastic. It was your first attempt, you said, or
Uh,
second
that
attempt?
way.
my first attempt, smoking it.
Okay. And you don't have an actual smoker; you just did it on a grill.
Nope.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Me
I'm
neither.
dumb.
I was new to that.
You
Yeah.
just push everything to one side, and it
Okay.
makes like an oven.
Okay.
Dope.
Nice.
Mhm.
Indirect.
What's that?
It's indirect.
Indirect.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know what that
Indirect.
means, but cool.
The heat. If your food's
I love
right,
how
I mean,
you
I
were
know
just-
what the
I-
word
if your
means.
food's
I
right
love how
over
he was
the
just
heat,
agreeing with it at first. Yeah, it's indirect.
It's direct.
Right.
If it's not over it, it's indirect.
Okay. I mean, I know what the word means. I just didn't know what it meant in the sense of cooking.
That's fair.
I think that's fair. But yeah, man, we've been, or I guess it's one-sided, but you've been my best friend for
One-sided.
a decade and a half, which is wild. You like gay juice, which is a big thing. I don't
Big
know.
thing.
I think we talked about that.
It's not offensive.
It's not. Oh yeah, sorry.
I
That's
know-
why we had the disclaimer, though.
I know like 3
See?
gay
That's
people,
perfect.
and none of them ever had a problem with me calling it gay juice.
Yeah. Did we tell that story on episode 8? I think we did way back when.
I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Oh man, it's wild. Do you remember?
it's a
Justin?
short one.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, you want to tell people the gay juice story? Just
So Adam, I've always been a big lover of sweet tea,
yes.
and
That's fair.
I used to make sweet tea, make it how I wanted it, and I used to bring it everywhere, like in an old reused Pepsi bottle or something, And we were at a school thing
It was
for
a
the band.
banquet,
Yeah,
yeah.
the band banquet. I think it was the year after we graduated. We were just
Okay.
helping with the band, but they were like, "Hey, you can come to the banquet and free food." So we were like, "Yeah, we'll be there."
Right.
And I brought a bottle of my gay juice.
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah.
I had one partially drank, and the other one was completely full. And I went to the bathroom, and I came back, and it was empty. And I was like, "Who drank my tea?" And nobody said anything. And I was looking at Adam. Adam hates sweet tea.
Hate
He doesn't
it.
even remotely like it.
Nope.
And I was like, "Did you drink it?" Because he was the only one kind of laughing, and he was like, "Mm-hmm." And I was like, "But you don't even like sweet tea." And he was like, "But you do."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh shit, damn."
It's one of my proudest moments, which obviously isn't much, but I really enjoyed that moment because I was, it was just
You got a drink named after you.
Your commitment to
Whoa.
hurt me.
yeah, it was a sacrifice for myself, but in the name of comedy, I think it
Right.
paid off.
That's always top priority.
Right, absolutely. I did want to mention too. I don't remember what I was going to mention, but what I'm going to mention now is we
3 things to talk about.
maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
Mention it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Do it
Now?
right now.
Okay. Are we recording?
really
Is
hot
this-
in here.
I think we're live.
Okay.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that, so, okay.
I mean, you announced the episode.
I know, but I didn't know it was real.
We did the
anyway-
disclaimer.
Oh, my God. Okay, so...
How do you normally do
I'm
these?
panicking. So I wanted to mention, though, like, me and you, I think you're basically the reason I got into comedy. I think you liked comedy,
Yeah.
and then... that fucking face.
Yeah.
I think you liked comedy and then started showing me. I think you liked it before I did.
We used to have a really old cassette tape that had like a hour special from the greatest comedian that's never had any kind of besmirch on their record, Bill Cosby. you
Right,
know.
right,
Yes.
And I fell in love with that when I was like 8.
right, right,
And I really liked it, and I didn't even know what stand-up comedy was.
right.
Was
I
that
was
like
just
your
like-
first comedy that you heard?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this guy's funny, and he's not just in a show, he's just saying funny things
Right.
by himself for like an hour. It's really funny.
Was that like from your parents or something? Is that where you got that tape from?
I'm assuming
Your parents do
like,
not
we-
seem like funny parents. Like, I love your parents to death, but
no,
they don't seem
they
to have
don't.
the best sense of
They
humor.
don't. They don't look like people that you'd be like, oh, let's go watch this. No, but they love comedy.
Oh, okay.
Like we
I
watch
didn't know
and-
that.
Yeah,
this whole
we
time.
talk about a bunch of stuff. Mom used to watch a bunch of like comedy specials with me and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But like I had a tape player. I think it was my brother's old one, and I was just finding like we never took care of any of our shit.
Right.
So I was just finding random cassette players like in the bottom of like dressers and closets and stuff.
Right.
And that happened to be one of them. And then I remember seeing the same like the actual video cassette of that,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
and I would rent it from the library.
Nice.
And then like eventually I was like, oh, other people do this too. It's not just him.
Right. Yeah, I think the first comedian you ever showed me, Brian Regan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
he's fantastic.
One of the few genuinely funny people that does like clean comedy.
right,
Mhm.
right.
He's pretty funny.
I think and it's so weird because I've listened to him on a podcast recently, and he doesn't cuss much, but he still cusses, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I did not expect that. Yeah.
I remember him telling a story on something that some lady like wrote in that they were really upset because they had heard he did clean comedy, and they were really sad when they got there and he didn't. And he was like, I don't know like how much cleaner
Right.
it can get than what I did, lady.
Right,
I'm
right.
sorry.
Right. Yeah. But you're the reason I started listening to comedy and stuff like that. I think that's all we did for like
yeah, pretty much.
the first at least 5 years of our friendship, if not more.
Nice.
Just watch comedy all the time.
I remember your girlfriend in high school used to get mad because we would just quote like
Mhm.
the special we had
Yep.
watched like in the 8th time.
Right.
And she'd be like, this is fun.
Yeah, but she didn't like understand what was being said because
It's
it
probably just like shut up.
like seriously, all of high school was just references to other shit,
Right.
like just all the time. And I actually remember her. It was 10 months into the relationship, and I'm showing her comedy, and we're all hanging out all the time. And 10 months into the relationship, she goes, "You know what? You guys are actually funny."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Where the fuck have you been?" Like
It took that long for her to
catch up to everything.
because there were so many.
Yeah.
She's like, that's what they're talking about.
Right.
That's why they laugh after they say that time.
Right.
Oh, I get it.
She wasn't always the brightest though, but
Oh, bless her heart.
oh, so you're Southern now.
Yeah.
I do want to mention too,
Yeah.
just real
Yeah.
quick, before we get into this, any further. We are almost to 200 subscribers
Yes.
on YouTube.
Oh yes.
That's why I
Yeah,
included
so-
that in my disclaimer too.
Yes,
Like and
Dang.
subscribe.
Yes.
Do it. I thought the camera was right there again.
it's not.
It's not. I went like this and literally looked right at nothing. Like and subscribe.
But yeah, please subscribe. I think last time I looked, like 60% of our views are people not subscribed.
I feel like that's usually how it is.
Yeah.
Because my son watches YouTube a lot,
Right.
and there's some things that, like, I've heard like 2 or 3 other YouTubers actually say that, like doing the
Right.
statistics. So I feel like it's a lot of people
Right.
just on there that probably don't even have like accounts and stuff for YouTube.
Well, I think for ours, we're over 18, so I think you
Nice.
have to have an account because of the stuff that we talk about sometimes.
That's true.
But yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. If we get those other 60%, we'd be up to like 400 subscribers or something like that.
Probably more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the goal is 1,000, but that's obviously way far away. So even if you're just checking this out because of this sexy man, please subscribe. Even if you're never gonna watch us again, that subscription actually helps because it, the more subscribers we have, the more people, or the more we show up in people's feeds and stuff.
Yep.
So please subscribe, and then leave us a review on Apple. We haven't had a new review in a long time, and I believe like for our audio only, like 40% of our listeners are on Apple or something like that, right around there. So please leave a review.
Right.
Last I knew, we were up to 45 perfect ratings still. So let's continue that. Please give us a 5-star. Leave some real feedback and stuff like that. And then I have some bad news.
Why you gotta do this like that?
Yeah, it's not that bad, but
Spill it out.
But why?
we have 85 episodes out.
Yep.
Or not 85 episodes, but 85 videos.
I was gonna say it's kind of hard
Between-
when we're on episode 69.
Crazy. I think you mathed up
That's-
there.
Back
But
to the
Your
future.
math is
Yeah.
super moist.
Mhm. It's one way to describe it. But we have 85 videos between clips and bonus episodes and actual episodes and things like that. And we have over 3,300 plays on YouTube. These are all the good things. I'm trying to get you the good stuff first.
Okay.
Okay.
As of last week, we got our first ever dislike on a video.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So now we are at 99.97% liked videos.
Well, dang.
So yeah, we got our first dislike, and it was on the clip of us talking about Kanye going on Rogan.
So that
Oh.
was Kanye.
Yeah,
That was the
That was
dislike.
Kanye.
Yeah.
100% Kanye.
Yeah. All right.
Kanye sliding in there. These bastards.
But yeah, that was our first ever
No, it was
dislike.
God.
What?
It was God.
Maybe.
Could
Maybe.
have been. You know what
Maybe.
you should do?
Hmm.
You should ask Kanye why he disliked it, because maybe in the 3 hours it would take him to jump around different points
Right.
and get to why, he might change his mind. He'd be
Right.
like, you know what? You motherfuckers are all right.
Did you ever watch any of that?
I watched the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your thoughts? I know we already covered this, but like, just real quick, what was your thoughts on it?
Like, it was scary that sometimes he made sense.
Right.
And you were like, huh,
Right.
okay.
Like, I can see where you're
And
going.
then he'd
I
say
agree.
one thing, and you'd be like, I want to hear more about that because
Right.
he's making sense. And then eventually he's like, see, so then they made the Black Panther, and now when you look up Black Panther, you don't see my dad, you see this Disney character. And I was
Right.
like, that has nothing to do with what you were saying
Right.
that I wanted to hear about.
like I was so excited to hear about that. And
Right.
Nothing.
And then it went nowhere.
Yeah, it was definitely wild. And like I said, we did a whole like 20 minutes on it with Stevie. So that was a couple episodes back, but that was wild.
It was crazy.
Speaking of wildness, we mentioned it on the last episode too. Our Patreon episode.
Mm.
So Jerry's been on episode 8, which I think you were our first ever guest, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was back at Steve's house when we were recording.
Okay.
And on a shitty table that I bought off a dude in Shelby, like sketchy, like backdoor shit. Like the table's falling apart, but we're like, this'll do.
This works.
But
Yeah.
that was
Just
before
needs
we
to
had
clip
video.
a microphone to it.
Yeah, we had the boom arms and everything. Did we have these mics at the time? I think we had the other mics, didn't we?
We had the other ones, and you didn't have the lights, I could tell, because they've really made Steve get a lot lighter.
Yeah, that's
really
true.
bleached
That's
him out.
Yeah,
a bit.
That's true.
Mhm.
No, it's because we weren't filming. That would be why.
Ah.
But yeah, the Patreon only episode, I think it's to all patrons. I think it's open to everybody that's on the Patreon. And we talked about how we had to block your mom from Patreon.
We blocked. She might see this one. Sorry, mommy.
You never told her?
No, I did. We were at the house, and she was like, I tried to subscribe to that thing of Adam's, and it's not going through, and I don't know why. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And she tried it again, and it wouldn't let her. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then she was like, oh, it's giving me a message here that she didn't see before.
Yeah.
And she read it, and she was like, well, that sounds like I'm not allowed. Like I'm blocked
Like
or
this
something.
is personally blocking
Yeah,
me.
and I was like, yeah, it's never gonna let you get that.
Sorry, Mom. You can never support it.
She got a little mad.
Did she?
She was like, I just feel like I should be able to, hear and see things about your life. And I was like, you don't need to hear and see these things about my life. Trust me.
Yeah, so that episode got a little wild, enough to where we recorded it, and then we were like, hey, this is going to come out on Friday, and it was a big kind of thing on social media and stuff, which is where his mom saw it and was going to sign up, and then I think it was Thursday night, because it was already uploaded and ready to be like automatically released Friday morning, and it was like Thursday night, and you texted me and you're like, hey, is there any way that we could like not do that? And I'm like, yeah. So I refunded her $2 and things like that. But how would you describe that episode without giving anything away too much?
Surprising.
It is very surprising. There's
surprising.
There's a story in there that
penthouse form.
Yeah. I don't even know how to describe it, but basically it should have never happened.
Shouldn't have.
Especially to you, no offense.
Shouldn't.
Because it was a good thing.
Yeah. Not gonna complain.
Right. Mm-mm. But yeah, if you're on the Patreon, please scroll back. I think that was in like April, wasn't it?
That was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, but what was that even called? It was like a day in the life or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So, I don't even remember.
I think that's right. A day in the life.
We were trying to do a series on the Patreon to where it was just me and a buddy, and then Steve would do an episode with his buddy. So it's not like, just for a different vibe. And we did ours, and Steve did one with Taylor. And then we just didn't do anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah, but definitely scroll back and check that out because that shit is insane.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and if you do, please let us know. Message me or Baker or Justin or Jerry, or post on the Patreon and let us know what you think. It is definitely worth your time. It was an hour long, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It was about an hour long, so definitely worth your time. And basically, we were very new to the Patreon, so we decided to just let everything loose because it's behind a paywall, and we can kind of dictate who gets to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Break it in.
Sorry, Mom.
Now, I wanted to bring up, too, our kind of styles of comedy.
Before we go further,
okay.
and I
all
forget,
right. Okay, all right.
I had to come here to clear my name.
Okay. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
You did. Okay. Go ahead.
I did not assault a baby in a Walmart.
That was on the Stevie
friends.
episode.
What in the hell did I just get into?
The episode with Stevie, we were talking about the bouncy balls.
Oh,
and throwing
yeah.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Now,
I was like, wait a second. What in the world did I?
I can see.
He's on the news later.
I can
Yeah.
see
My accomplice
why you
to
would think
this?
that, because we've talked about a lot.
Okay.
But I specifically remembered not getting to be there.
Okay.
That was you and Stevie, and you guys ran into, I don't know if I should say his name.
Probably not.
But another friend.
Another guy that did it.
and that what was funny about it, you guys were throwing like fistfuls of bouncy balls, and he either threw one fistful, like he just threw it once, and then you heard like a baby
Chaos.
cry. Could have been unrelated, but it was like, oh shit.
Yeah. We
bad.
should probably leave now. But yeah, so you can rightfully clear your name. I definitely understand that.
I was just more like, if he sees it, I didn't want him to be like,
I don't think
that was me.
I don't think he wants to take credit for it.
That's fair, but that's why we didn't say his name.
Right.
So he knows that I know that he knows I know.
Yes. Something. And now we
Other
know.
people don't need to know.
Now I know too, and
That
I
it
can
was
tell
him.
you later.
Yeah,
and
because
you.
that's a need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the statute of limitations on baby assault. So
They don't have any
That's
statues.
a need to know.
no statues of babies.
No
There's
statues.
a lot of statues of babies.
Not good ones.
Yeah,
Where's the
well,
statue of a baby?
Find
Cupid?
me one baby statue.
Cupid
Cupid?
ain't no baby.
Cupid's a baby.
No.
No.
Cupid's got a baby body.
No.
Cupid does have a baby
He-
body.
True.
All statues have baby dicks.
Speaking of baby dicks,
Not
I'd
my
like
statue.
to point out my mic's the smallest, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you got the long skinny, and we got the thick short.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about that?
I feel like it's episode 69.
That's true. That's true. But I wanted to talk about our comedy
It only
styles
took 17 minutes.
because because I think like the reason that we worked well together as far as like just picking on people or like we would get we would never really get in trouble in school for the shit that we did, and I'm amazed. And I feel like it's because our styles of like joking like complement each other.
Yeah.
Like I would say I'm kind of like a Chris D'Elia without the teenage accusations, and you're like Tom Segura.
Just not the accusations.
Well, and actions without
Oh,
the
okay.
actions as well.
Just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess we're all about clearing the air today, but I feel like you're like a Tom Segura, like you kind of more. Not that you write jokes, but you say like longer jokes with a punchline, and like it's just the most horrible stuff in the best way.
I mean,
And
I
I'm
say
just
some bad stuff.
I'm just a silly guy that just says random stuff. That's what's on my mind, and it's a problem.
I love Tom Segura. He's like my favorite comedian, so I don't want to take any kind of credit for being like him. But I do remember you told me to watch him when his special came out on Netflix, and that's what you told me. You were like,
You
hey,
are him.
you should listen to this guy. I feel like this is what you would be like if you were a comedian.
We've
I
always
checked
been
that shit out.
told we've always been told, more you than me, but we've always been told that we should be comedians, and I'm like, I don't think I can do that. So I'll just talk on a podcast.
I had a guy at work Friday tell me I should do stand up. I'm like, I don't think I have the drive for that.
Right.
Like, look at those guys, like Bert
Right.
Kreischer and Tom Segura, like really successful comedians now, but they've been doing
It took
comedy
them 15 years.
yeah, for like 20 years,
Yeah.
and they're like just now
Right.
names.
That's patience, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
hella
I could do
patience.
that.
Right. Well, actually, because we were talking about like not getting in trouble in school, nobody believes me when I tell them this story, but you're here to verify it,
To clear the air.
to clear the air.
Clear the air.
Do you remember Hillshire Farms?
Yeah.
Can you tell people about Hillshire Farms? This is let me preface this though. This is either algebra 2,
Yeah.
geometry maybe, I don't know.
Might have been Trig.
Trig, okay. It was with an old ass teacher.
Yep.
She
She was older.
yeah, who had no sense of humor.
None.
And I'm sitting in the front row, in the very front corner, right in front of her desk, because I don't ever do any work. So like, literally, she would walk down the aisles, and all the grades were participation grades. It was like if there was 20 questions and you did 15, you would get a 3 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5. Like, whether you got them right or not, like, she checked.
You tried.
She checked to see that you were like showing your work and things
Right.
like that.
20 questions, how many circles?
Right. So like, so she would come up and down the aisle every day and be like, okay, 5 out of 5, 3 out of 5, like real quick, and kind of look over your stuff a little bit. Every day she got to me, she would say, should I even bother? And I said, nope. And she marked a 0 every single day. Every single day. And I love math though, but I hate homework. So like on the tests and stuff, I would get A's and B's and never did any homework and ended the class with like a B. So she hated me because I did nothing and then just like aced the test. But with that in mind, I'm in the front seat. I think Joel was behind me. And and then Corey,
Yep.
and then you.
Yep.
Because everybody could pick their seats except me. Like, I had to sit there. But go ahead and tell them the Hillshire Farm story.
So this is one of those moments where it's like you kind of had to be there to really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But we're in class. The bell just rung. People go to get up. Or maybe the bell didn't ring. I don't
We were
remember.
in class. She was
Was
writing
it?
on the board.
Okay. For some reason, Adam just screamed, when I say Hillshire, you say farm. Hillshire. And then, like, this
The
wasn't
whole
planned.
row.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Joel, Corey, me. Farm. And then we all together, go me.
Go me. Like, just like this, like in
Like,
unison.
it was so stupid. And then we got in trouble, and that's what made it even better. It's like, why'd you get in trouble in Trig today? We did the Hillshire Farm commercial chant
All right.
in the middle of class. Why? I don't know. Somebody started it. What were we supposed to do?
You can't just,
Just
let it
not
go unfinished.
finish it? Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know why I did it.
I have
don't
no
know.
clue.
I mean,
It's not like we shouted that all the time.
No, it wasn't a thing that we ever talked about. I'm
Wow.
just in the front and I go, when I say Hillshire, you say farm. Hillshire. And I hear farm. And I was like, go me. And we all did it in unison.
I think
was-
that's what made it a great moment too. Was like we all backed you up.
Right.
Like, whoa, we're yelling.
And then the teacher just turned around like, what? Like so slow, like what the fuck just happened?
That's awesome.
And but like we kind of got in trouble, but I don't even think we got like a detention or anything
No,
for it.
I don't think so.
She just like looked at us and like maybe I don't even think she wrote a note or anything. Like, but like that was the
like,
best.
that was
thing.
fantastic, but don't do it again.
No, it
No
was
more.
not
It was like one of
fantastic.
those.
It was not fantastic in her eyes. She
Oh,
was
no.
not happy. But
maybe we'll try next time to not.
right. But yeah, I don't know why. Like teachers generally liked us, and like
Yeah.
we weren't the best students, and like we were kind of disruptive, like a lot.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Like they tolerated us. We were talking about how we went to the speech competition.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. C picked us two and some other people to be in the speech competition
Oh yeah, I
with
remember you. Yep.
other other schools that actually had like teams for it,
Yeah.
and he picked us. So that was just wild. We got in a lot of trouble. I remember one person, him and his girlfriend, we're going to keep them nameless. This was all in a church. And his girlfriend said something like, I'm sorry or something like that. Like they were just messing around. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, yeah, you'll get on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
He's like, this
Like
is the
loud.
house of the Lord.
Yeah, loud in the middle of this church, in the middle of the auditorium, with other schools all around us in like
Yeah.
polos and like ties and like uniforms, and we show up from Belleville and Butler in our fucking work boots and like jeans and shit.
Yeah.
And
Like
he's yelling.
they like nothing. None of the competition was going on, but this was when we were all in a big room but separated,
Right.
and everybody was like practicing and going over different things.
Right.
And then our guys just screaming, "This is the house of the Lord! Get on your knees and beg for forgiveness." And I'm sure they were like, "Who the hell
Like,
Right.
what
are
in
these
the
hill
hell?
jack people that don't even have uniforms?"
And I swear we should have got first place. But the only reason we didn't is because we are who we were.
yeah,
And they didn't respect us. Like, these people practice this stuff for weeks and
Right,
months.
right.
And we got told about it on a Friday and went on like a Wednesday or something like that. We had like a week's notice. My girlfriend at the time, same dumb chick from before.
that was a little uncalled
I
for.
know it was. I'm sorry.
Coming
But
in hot.
she did a dramatic reading of Green Eggs and Ham. What did you do to Kill a Mockingbird or something?
Yeah, I did like the speech that the lawyer makes for
Right.
his dude.
And you had to say some stuff.
Yeah, so our teacher printed that out, and he was like, "You're gonna do this." I don't know if you remember, but I said I wasn't gonna do it,
Right.
and the day of, I was like, he was saying like, "Well, we don't have enough people. Like, you need somebody in each
right.
in each category,
Like
and
you're
we're
doing
still
it.
one short. And I was like, fine, I'll do it.
Right.
So I was like, I don't have a speech though. And he's like, I'll print one out for you.
Yeah.
Well, it has the N word in it.
Like 4
And,
times or something.
Yeah, and I didn't know, like, I like skimmed the beginning. I was like, like it's not, we're driving to the competition. It's
Right.
not like I'm going to
This
have
is-
this memorized. So then, like, during the speech, I'm like, I see it coming up and I'm like, oh, shit. Like,
You're like,
dude,
well,
like, in my head, I was like, don't say it. But I was also like, but what do I say
Like,
in place? And I really don't remember what I ended up doing. I had like a borderline little panic attack.
I think you said it.
I might have said like the first one because I couldn't figure out what else to say yet.
But like it was a competition and it was for like famous speeches
Yeah.
and things like that, and everybody's doing everything verbatim, you know, and like, and I think you said there was like a black dude in the front row
Yeah.
or something.
He didn't bat an eye. I don't
Right.
think he mind.
That's
A warning would have been nice that my speech had that in it, though.
Yeah.
right. Well, you should have read it. To be
I mean,
fair.
I just got it.
that's awesome.
Yeah. We have a ton of different stories, like not necessarily like that, but but a lot of craziness. And I wanted to ask you, because I don't think I've ever actually asked you, where do you think you get your like quick wit from? Because I think I know where I get mine from. Do you have any idea of like where it comes from?
No, I mean, everybody, my dad and my brother are both kind of like that.
See,
a lot.
and we have similar families where your closest siblings, how much older?
10 years,
Right.
like 9.5.
And yeah, my closest sibling's 9.5 years older too.
Yeah.
So when I'm like 6, he's 16, 17, like whatever it is, and he's just picking on me, being fun, you know, just being a brother or whatever. But he's got his 16, 17-year-old wit, and I'm 5 or 6. So I'm trying to like come back and like, you know, and I think that's where I get mine from.
Yeah.
And I assumed it was probably similar for you.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good theory.
It's it just helps so much in comedy when like you're getting picked on a lot.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does.
You're trying to develop like comebacks at a young age.
Right.
You just get better at it, I
Right.
guess.
What do you think? This is a very open-ended question.
I like open ends.
Episode 69.
Hashtag 69.
That's what she
Moist
said.
one.
Should we make that the episode title?
Moist.
What did you say your nickname was?
It
The
was
moist
something
one?
you said, so I threw it in as a nickname.
I think you said the moist
Was
one.
it the moist one?
The
It had
moist
moist
one.
in it.
Should that be the episode title? Episode 69, the moist one?
Or you just call it moist. Not even
Moist.
episode 69,
Oh,
just
man.
moist.
Moist.
There's some people.
Hashtag Thanksgiving moist maker. That's a Friends reference.
Okay, I don't need.
The moist maker.
The moist maker.
Yeah.
It's delicious. I've made one.
This summer, Ryan Reynolds is the moist maker.
He's he's that every day. It's not just in the summer.
My man, yeah.
But what I was going to ask is, what do you think? This might be kind of on the spot, and I don't know if you can think of it because there's so many. What do you think is like one of the funniest moments that we've ever had? There's like thousands. I remember you punching me in the face. I think we talked about that.
That was a good moment.
Yeah. Did I talk about that last week with?
I think
did.
so.
I think I
It was
mentioned it.
either that or the week before.
Yeah, I don't think I talked about it with Kara when she was here. So I think
That must
last
have been
week.
last week.
Yeah. But what do you have an idea of like? Do you have any thoughts of what it could
No,
be?
I'm one of those people. You can ask me a question. I don't know who you are anymore. Like, I
Okay.
can't tell you any stories.
Right. That's absolutely fair. All right, guys, a little break in action here to shout out our small business sponsor. We're leaving it in, fuck it, and our Patreon producers. We're gonna go through the producers first. It's getting up to 8 of them, and my limit is 7 off the top of my dome. So I gotta remember this, which I can't. But Taylor, Tom, Sarah, Barili, Steve, Joel, the Teach a Dummy podcast, and Nate.
Nice.
So thank you all for helping us with the Patreon and being Patreon producers.
Yes, we appreciate the love and the support.
Yes.
Continue.
It definitely goes a long way. And thank you to all of our Patreons in general and all of our listeners and subscribers and all that kind of stuff. If you're even listening to this, we appreciate you. So
Absolutely. And then with our small business, we'd like to give a shout out again to Brubaker Photography. That's BRUBAKER
That's
Photography. But make sure you like them on Facebook. Like them, share them. Go ahead and go onto their community page and invite your friends to like them as well.
Yep.
They did just add a couple, at least another wallpaper that I saw.
Yeah,
on
they've added
there,
a couple
so-
in the last couple days that are pretty cool.
Yeah, so check them out, man. It's dope. Free wallpapers. Definitely get your pictures taken, especially with this whole pandemic thing getting crazy.
Yep.
It's an easy way to social distance and not be in large groups. So
Yep.
definitely picture time.
Yeah, so thank you to Brubaker Photography. And then we did just want to remind people, just because holidays are coming up, we do have small business sponsor opportunities through our Patreon. And if you know anybody with a small business, with a Twitch, with another podcast, with, anything that they want to promote, anything that, they want to give shout outs or whatever you want to do, definitely just let us know. That's all done through Patreon, and it comes with all the bonus content as well. So
Absolutely.
definitely check that out. But yeah, thank you all for the support. We appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you.
Now go ahead and like and subscribe and
Yes.
tell a friend.
Please subscribe and rate and review and all that fun stuff. Back to the action.
Let's talk about our sponsor today, Red Bull.
I wish.
Oh, Red Bull sponsor us.
No, I wish they were a sponsor. That'd be dope.
As fuck.
If you just say they're a sponsor enough, maybe they'll be like, oh, damn, we sponsor those guys.
Right. Yeah. And then, all I want is, cases of Red Bull. You don't need to send me anything, money-wise.
Yeah, we don't even need a check
No.
and shit, dude.
Just send them a bill.
Well, don't.
No,
Yeah,
no.
send them a bill. Okay.
Not to be, not to
Can we
veer off.
That's fucking
But did
dope.
you guys hear
Right.
about that guy that, eventually got caught? He did way too long. But he made $30 million sending bills to big companies like Apple and Amazon and shit like that.
Really?
Because they'd be a couple $100.
And
So a
they
big
just
company
pay it.
like that, they just pay it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'd just been doing that for years.
Wow. That's
yeah,
amazing.
he made, if I remember right, it was 30 some million dollars before they finally cracked him down. I feel like after 10 million, it's all right,
Bro, I'd probably stop at
it's
5.
time to invest that and give up on the scam now.
Right. No, I
Quit
feel
while
like
you're ahead.
I feel like you could put in the fine print that this is just a donation and not for any billable reason.
You might be able
and then
to.
you'd be able to go to court no, it's in the fine
It's
print.
in
They
there.
didn't read it.
Yeah, sorry.
This is just a happy donation to me every month.
Yana, if you can't read, you must concede.
Is that from something?
That
Your brain?
From
my
the
brain.
noggin.
Your
Top
brain.
of the
Dome.
noggin.
Top of the noggin.
top of the noggin.
Tape of the noggin.
Tip of the noggin to
Tape
you.
of the noggin, bitch. I don't know where those fucking T-Rex
You got
arms
fucking
I love
T-Rex arms. Wow. You know this is...
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be...
And recording.
This is episode 69.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Baker just transformed. I don't think I've ever seen you do anything like that, even close.
Wow.
I'm happy to be part of it.
Oh, man.
That's the energy in this room right now. It's just,
High
just,
energy.
just wild, just wild. But I would love Red Bull to be a sponsor. I think.
Thank God they are.
Yeah, I mean,
What about if you could sponsor somebody? Who would you sponsor?
what does that even mean?
I don't
Channing
know. If you
Tatum.
could sponsor somebody.
How?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know
I
how.
don't know where this question's going, but
You're just saying stuff.
yeah, dude, trying to make sense.
now? Trying to
Something
make
that does-
dollars and
Trying to
cents?
make dollars out of cents, man.
I would sponsor. I don't even know how to fucking answer that question.
Then answer it.
I would sponsor Justin.
There you go. Why?
Sweet. Thanks.
I don't know because he helps us,
Okay.
so I want to help
Perfect.
him,
See, you answered the questions.
and I don't pay him, so I
Next,
feel like I
please.
should
You already
like
answered the question.
emotional support. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, who would you sponsor?
Channing Tatum.
Here, yeah.
I don't think he would accept that.
He'll have to. It's sponsorship. I don't know.
So how are you going to sponsor him?
Don't dig into it too deep.
We already dug. I got
Jam
shovels.
Tatum.
I got shovels. Where?
I don't know.
What about
I
you?
just put his
Pablo
name.
Escobar.
What?
I back him up. He backs me up.
I mean, I feel like at that point that's just a drug deal.
Oh, look how you want to, but I'm just looking at it as a friendly connection.
Is he even alive?
No.
That's
I
for
think
me to
he
know.
got-
No.
Well, publicly he's not alive.
That's
right?
what I'm talking
Right.
about.
So you just outed the undead Pablo Escobar
How the fuck you know if I'm talking about the real Pablo Escobar or my gang Pablo Escobar?
because you just said that.
Which one?
All of it
Thanks.
tomorrow.
Come on.
Come on.
What?
So I got to ask you too, because of your beard. You've had that beard
Okay.
for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
Something like that. Sometimes it's even longer than that. How do you maintain it? Like why? Like my thing is when I have a long beard or long hair, it just takes like a month or two, and I get annoyed with it, and I like gotta
I
trim it.
agree.
Up. How are you so well groomed?
You just deal with it for long enough.
Yeah, but,
Like it
Do
used
you
to
comb
really,
it?
oh,
when
yeah.
it was coming in, it would like curl real bad
right,
all the time. And then just eventually there was enough of it didn't do that.
right, and you put
Yeah.
beard oil and
Yep.
all that.
I've been bad about putting beard oil in it all the time. If you have a lot of beard, do yourself a favor and like put oil in it. It
Right.
really helps it. 'Cause
Right,
it's not like hair.
right.
Like it gets food and your breath and all that. Like
Ugh.
it needs protection. But aside from that, just like shampoo and condition it
Yeah,
like normal hair. I feel like that's a problem a lot of people make
yeah.
is they try and act like it's not hair.
I always shampoo and condition it
And
too,
like
but
you know,
like,
if it's real short, you can get away without. But if you're trying to get a long beard, like
Right.
you gotta take care of it.
Mm.
right,
Otherwise, it just get all crazy and
yeah,
tangled and stuff.
definitely.
Right.
Justin, have you you've had a big beard like that before, right? Haven't you?
I mean, not that long, but
okay.
close.
I think mine has been almost that long before, not quite that long.
Those are my dreams.
Yeah, you just said before we recorded that what you got going right now gets annoying.
It does sometimes, but this is also like the longest it's ever been. I want that shit to go long.
So you're letting it grow like his?
Well, yeah, but that's gonna take me 8,000 years to become
you-
ZZ Top.
You're growing your beard. I'm growing my hair. So
Yeah, I can't grow my hair.
why not?
I'm growing something else.
I get so with my.
Oh,
It's very
Episode
that's a
69.
very good one.
Butt hair.
yeah.
No, but like with my hair, I get upset when I like wake up and there's a calic in it because I can tell the way I sleep and stuff, and that's how I know it's getting too long. I'm so low maintenance when it comes to doing like anything hair wise that I just want to hop in the shower, throw my shampoo on there,
That's
scrub it, and then
That's why
I'm
that's
done.
why I
Yeah.
cut all my hair off too. Is because one, I was having a daughter and she would pull it as a newborn all the time, but I just didn't like the maintenance of it because because I had the long beard at the time too, so long hair and long beard. Your 5-minute shower turns into like a 25-minute shower,
Uh-huh.
and then you gotta like blow dry it and shit like that, especially in the winter and stuff. Like
Nope.
it was just not fun to maintain. So yeah, but now I'm back to growing my hair out, and it's in that awkward stage where there is like the cowlick or whatever. And I basically, the reason I have a hat on all the time is because I have to like Bieber my hair.
Yeah, I saw that. That was funny.
Like I have like, there's nothing else you can do with it
Can
right
do with
now.
it. Yeah, no other style.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not being like a 29-year-old man with a fucking Bieber on my head. But to grow your hair out, you have to get past that point.
Now, if you're planning on growing your hair out, yeah, then I could push through it because I've grown mine hair out before,
Right.
but I hate it.
Right.
I hate it. Like I can deal with this. I understand like it's itchy and stuff, but at the same time, I can just
Right.
do this, and it's also I don't know, kind of like a freaking fidget spinner thing. Like it just
Something to mess with.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I do it all the time,
Right.
the time. But I can't do the long hair anymore. Like I
Yeah.
just, to your point too, like if I take a shower at night and I wake up in the morning and I don't want to do anything with my hair.
Right.
If it's longer, I've got to be like, oh, let me go get some water and put this down. Maybe I got to
Right.
take another shower. And
Right.
Like, no, man. Like, no, I just
Right.
want to wake up
It's-
and be done.
It's so much maintenance. But how is it being bald? Because I know, like, I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but you started going bald at like
19.
Like 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah.
Used to have super thick hair before
Yep.
that.
Really?
Couldn't do much with it. It was always parted down the middle because I have like 4 calyx, and so it would almost part on its own.
Right.
So if you were doing anything else, you were just fighting it. And then at 19, it just started getting real thin.
Mhm.
Right.
And not even quite like normal like male pattern where it would actually recede.
Yeah.
Like the line as a whole never really receded. It just got so thin up here.
You're right.
Didn't look good.
But
So you just started shaving it. Now, do you shave it obviously like razor shave,
Yeah.
right? How often do you have to do that?
I've gotten pretty bad about doing it as often as I should.
Mm-hmm.
But normally every other day.
Now,
When
if
I'm
so
keeping
much
up with
work.
it.
Yeah.
Because-
let's say if you go like 3 days without it, is it like
it's
noticeable?
it's
Noticeable.
bad. Because especially in the back, all this hair is still strong and thick, like when I was a young
so the
chap.
mullet starts coming out.
Yeah. So after like 4 days, I'll have like noticeably
Really?
hair
yeah.
everywhere except for kind of here now. It's bad.
Oh man,
That's
But
rough.
like, if I go one day, you can feel a big difference, but you don't really see a big difference.
Mhm.
right.
So that's why when I was good about it, it was like every other day.
That makes sense.
I can go a third day and it doesn't look bad, but you can see it.
But that's pushing it.
Yeah. The 4th day is really when it starts to look not great.
Do you remember because we're talking about being old men right now. Do you remember when I
That's
stayed
not
over?
fair because I feel like I'm the oldest one.
Justin might be.
How old are you?
I'm the oldest one.
How old are
Okay.
you? 39,
Whoa.
49?
Whoa.
Damn.
Bro,
Hey, bitch.
Hey, you're not a female. Fuck off. Oh, I can't say female. Sorry, I'll get in trouble.
Who cares?
can't believe he
Ooh,
said
said it
female on the
twice.
69 episode again.
God damn. I will never let that go. I
Oh
will
my
never let
goodness.
that go. How old are you?
33.
33? See, you're not even
33,
old.
Yeah, I'll be
This is a
32
little
in
bit.
December.
I'm the youngest one in here. That's weird.
That's because you're a little baby.
Yeah. Little bitch baby.
Bitch baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wanted to bring up when I think it was the first time I ever stayed at your house. Was that the time where I came over Friday and then decided to stay Saturday as well? And on Friday night, your mom bought us a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Saturday, she had to buy us another 24-pack of Dr. Pepper. And we went through 48 Dr. Peppers in like 36 hours.
Yeah.
It was a problem.
We were a couple of growing boys.
We were like, what, like 13 or 14?
I don't even know. Probably right around
We were
there.
friends for a while before we hung out.
Yeah, I like never went over to people's houses ever until like pretty much.
Do you want to tell the story about the first time? Well, I guess it was the first time you stayed over at my house, or maybe it was the second time. Because I would always talk about, and we were teenagers, we were young kids, so I would always talk about how like my mom is like a pain in the butt, and I use
Right.
different words, but she's probably gonna watch this. But so she's a pain in the butt.
Love you,
Mom.
Ma.
Yeah, love you, Ma. And like I'm always complaining about it. And Jerry comes over for the first time, and I think everything was cool. And like, you know, he left and was like, you know, what are you talking about? Like your mom's the nicest
Yeah, it was
lady.
like your mom is the like. I think you were just complaining about her like getting on you about
right,
every
just
little
whatever.
thing, which she probably needed to. Like we were teenage
Well,
boys,
Right.
but yeah. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Your mom is like the nicest lady I've ever
Right.
met, and she like didn't say anything towards you about like do this different,
Right.
do that.
But then the second time,
The second time, yeah, I remember her just saying a lot to you. And again, in retrospect, like
it's
was
probably
it was
warranted.
earned.
Yeah.
But yeah, And in the moment, I was like, "Oh, you're right. She like got on you about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and
She's mean.
and
Not
we were
really.
using other words. Yeah,
That's just being his boy, though, man.
Yeah,
That's just having his back.
yeah.
right. But
just
then,
getting on with you.
but then McDonald's happened shortly after that, right?
Yeah.
So Jerry has met my mom like once or twice at this point.
Yeah. Not many times.
And she was nice for the most part. She's always nice. Let's be real.
she's always nice.
But
We were just shitty teenage boys.
right. And we do this band thing at McDonald's to where we were in like the stage band where we play like drum set and jazz music and kind of things like that. And me and Jerry played drums, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And every year we do, I think, was it for Christmas?
Yeah.
It was like a
I think
Christmas
so, because it was
themed-
always like winter time.
Yeah, it was like a Christmas themed concert in McDonald's, which was it was set up with the school. I don't know, and we're playing and stuff, and I think we were recapping this.
Yeah, because I don't think we had ever talked about how the second time I was
Right.
like, "Oh, I see what you're saying."
Right.
So in McDonald's, and she was there,
Yes.
but like out of earshot.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but more or less, I was like, "Yeah, you used to tell me that." I remember being like, "I don't know what the fuck Adam's talking about." And then that one time, I was like, "Oh, that's what the fuck Adam's talking about." Blah
Right.
blah blah.
Yeah.
Kind of talking shit.
Right.
And then she came up, and
Behind
goes-
us, snuck
yeah.
up on us.
like, well, I remember her coming up, but I think she got closer a lot faster than we thought. Yeah, so comes up, and I turn, she goes, "You think that's funny?" And I was like, what? What? And she was like, "Do you need any money?" I was like, "Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you. I have my..."
We are still convinced that she said, "Do you think that's funny?" The
I'm
first
yeah,
time.
I'm not convinced she didn't. That's not what she
hilarious.
said.
That
I
is
thought I was
funny.
gonna die. I'm like, oh
I
no.
bet.
My mom is like we always say that she's a CIA agent because she's very sweet and very nice, but you cannot get away with anything,
Eventually, you'll confess.
especially like a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's just like a bomb ass mom right there.
Yes.
Like, that's mom senses to its fullest.
now that I'm grown, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you're 14,
Oh, dude, she's
No.
a straight CIA
Let me
agent.
be
Like,
me.
right? So I know you know what I'm talking about with the cell phone.
Yeah.
So in your perspective, how did that whole thing go down?
So Adam had a cell phone. He wasn't supposed to have a cell phone.
It was prepaid. This was back when texts were 25 cents a piece in and out, right?
Yep.
So I would spend $40 a day on texting. And then like my mom, like the only way I got away with this was because I would go with my mom to the gas station because they were like 14 or 15, so I can't really do anything on my own.
Yeah.
So I'd go with her. She'd go in, pay for her gas. She'd be like, "Hey, you need anything?" I'm like, "No." She'd go in. She'd come back out, and while she's pumping, I'd be like, "Oh, you know what? I want to go get a drink." And then I'd go in and get my prepaid card and stuff. And I'd come out, little slick, little asshole like
Little
that.
slick.
And I spent so much money on this. But continue. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Anyways, so Adam had a phone.
Yes.
He wasn't supposed to have it. I knew he wasn't supposed to have it. Not a big deal.
Texting all these females.
Mm-hmm.
Getting moist.
He lost it. He lost it in like a recliner. Well, we were pretty sure he lost it in a recliner. We were looking for it, and then his dad came out and was like, "Hey, what are you guys looking for?" So Adam, like, thinking on the spot, was like, "Jerry lost his cell phone." So like, if
Right.
we're looking for it, they find it, it's like, "Oh, it's Jerry's cell phone, not a big deal." And I don't think we found it while it was there. Maybe we did. I don't remember. No, we didn't.
We
We
didn't.
definitely didn't. So like the next day, so I had went home that night. The next day, my mom, I remember I was outside and my mom came out and was like, "Hey, your buddy's on the phone." I was like, "Okay." So I get the phone and Adam's like, I can tell what's going on. He's like, "Hey man, we found your cell phone." I was like, "Oh, okay." "We found your cell phone. My mom just has some questions for you. So here she is, and I was like, okay.
Dude, I was backed into a corner.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
You did everything you could. So I'm like, hey, Ms. McElroy, what's up? She's like, yeah, we found your cell phone. I was like, awesome. I'll probably just get it from Adam at school or something. She's like, yeah, that sounds good. So I was just wondering, what kind of data plan you guys have, what your whole deal is, because we're thinking about getting Adam one. And I don't remember what I said, because I feel like I tried to explain something. I ended up being like, I'm like 15, so like my parents pay for that, so I don't, really know a whole lot. I think it's just like a standard deal. And
Save.
This is in 2004 or 2005. Keep in mind.
Such a
and she was like, oh, okay. Like I don't remember what all she said, but she talked to me for like 10 minutes, and eventually she was just like, this isn't your cell phone. I was like, yeah, it is. And she was like, I don't think it is. And I was like, you're right. It's not my cell phone.
Dude, your mom is a straight
I had nothing else left to say. Because also at that point, my parents were like on that something weird was going on. Like Jeremiah's pacing a lot and seems to be like a slightly distressed on this call to his friend. What's going on?
All right.
So like I was running out of time too.
Damn.
But yeah,
CIA agent, man.
Dude, she not only backed you into a corner, she backed you into a corner.
Remotely.
Yeah.
Remotely
like,
backed me into a corner.
Damn.
She called my bluff because I was like, it's Jerry's. And she's like, oh, okay, well, go ahead and call him then. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, buddy, you remember how we're really good friends? Can you please try
That's
to lie
like
to
the
my
straight
mom?
like code talk right there.
Right.
Like that's legit what you were saying.
Oh, it was so great.
Ah, man.
But yeah, she's a CIA agent. She basically
That's
knew,
how you mom, though.
Yeah, for sure. But she knew
Like, hands
everything.
down. But to your point, like when you're young, you're just like, damn, like mom,
Right.
how do you know
Yeah.
everything?
Like, just
Right.
let me go.
and
Like,
now as a parent, you're like, oh shit, okay, now you need to know
Well,
everything. That's why.
She always told me, she's like, I know more than you think I do. And I'm like, no, you don't. I'm sneaky and I'm 13. So you don't know nothing.
See, my mom wasn't the one I was most scared about. My dad was.
Yeah.
But my dad never really disciplined me as much as my mom because my dad did half the shit that I did.
Yeah.
So it was harder for him to like, he'd still like put his foot down and stuff, but it'd be hard for him to be like,
Right.
you're the one that's, no, but my mom, dude, she'd be the one like,
My mom
she'd get into me. And
my
I'd be like,
mom
"Ah,
is
okay.
Yeah, is the one that like pounces on everybody.
Mhm.
Like, she like I'll do something and my dad will be like, hey, like he'll be like, hey, calm down, I'll sick your mom on you.
Mhm.
Like just joking around, but like for real. And then like all the time my dad's like, I could beat anybody up except your mom. Like and just stuff like that. Like, but my mom actually I don't know if she wants this out there, but I don't care because it was in like the 80s or some shit.
As long as it's not about her CIA agent.
It's kind of along the CIA training.
Okay.
Because she basically bruised or broke my dad's ribs one time. Because he was being a drunk asshole.
Okay.
Basically, this was before I was born, I'm pretty sure, but they were at a party. And he parties like, the old school 80s rockers party, getting wild with all of his friends and stuff out at a campfire. And I guess he's just being belligerent. And she's like, hey, we got to go. We got to get home. And he like doesn't want to go or something along those lines. And she just basically whack and just punched him right in the rib and like shut him down and then got him to go home. And then for the next like week, he's like, man, my ribs really hurt. She's like, yeah, I don't know. You got kind of wild last night. And then later it comes out that she just blasted him in the fucking
That's
ribs.
hilarious.
Yeah. And my mom's tiny, too. My mom's probably your size.
Really?
Maybe even smaller. Honestly, probably smaller. But she don't take no shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's like me.
I don't know about that.
I hate how we're just kind of silent like that.
Yeah,
too.
we're just like, screech.
Yeah, whatever. On to the next subject then.
Well, what is the next subject?
Obviously, not
SpaceX
talking
launched
about
tonight?
how- what?
SpaceX?
Yeah.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Again?
Really?
Didn't they just do one?
Dude, I would go to
Before
space.
before the show.
Would
Really?
you go? Would you go to space?
Yeah, for sure. Well, so what are you talking about? Like going up for a couple days and coming down? Like,
I
what do you
would
mean?
go on a trip around the moon.
Around the moon?
How long do you think that would last?
It's like a couple weeks, right?
Yeah,
Is it a couple
probably
weeks?
something like that.
I think so.
How long
I'd
does it
do
take
it.
to get to the moon?
I mean, doesn't take long to
It
get
depends.
to the
Are you
moon.
a person or are you light?
Mm.
Be specific.
Or are you sound? Actually, there is no
How
sound.
long
The
would it
sound will
take-
never get to the
How
moon.
long would it take me in a rocket ship to go
rocket
to the
ship.
moon?
I think a
and
week or
back?
two to go there and back.
I'd probably want to
Based
go
on Apollo 13, I'm going to say 3 days to get there.
to get there.
Yeah.
See, I'd want to go
So a
there
week
and
trip?
at least like step on the moon, and then I would come back.
Yeah. See, I don't know, because I'm not super claustrophobic, but I'm pretty claustrophobic in the sense of, like, I don't think I could stay on a spaceship for more than a day or two.
I'm bitchophobic, so like I'll do what's needed. 'Cause I don't want to be no bitch.
I hate you.
That's amazing. Like, I feel like a T-shirt needs made for that.
Bitchophobic.
I'm bitchophobic.
Should we make that merch?
Like, that shit needs copyrighted.
All 10
Baker
of
with
those.
the remix.
It needs
Where's
all those.
Suede when you need him?
What's that?
God.
Yeah, we're sway. But yeah, we might make that into a shirt. I'm bitchophobic.
Merchant
I'm
it up.
bitchophobic.
Oh man, that sounds great.
God, I'm lost for what the hell we're even.
I don't even know
Fuck,
where to go from here.
Dude, me neither. That was great.
So would you go to Mars? I think it takes 6 months to get to Mars. Would you go to Mars and back?
If my lady would let me.
Your lady won't let you
wait, it takes 6
Eh.
months.
to get to Mars. Yeah,
Holy shit! Who would be able to get off for 6 months though?
like work.
Yeah,
I don't think that's really that important if you're going to Mars.
You really
you
worried
damn
about
right
that?
it's important. Because what am I coming back to after Mars? Not
Anything.
shit.
A lot of interviews
Yeah,
and money.
And if you can look just below that line at my credentials,
Been to
supervisor
Mars.
for 5 years. Also, I walked on Mars. So
P.S.
when can I start?
Right.
P.S. I'm bitchophobic.
Right.
Like,
Put that on the
okay,
resume.
I mean, I feel it. Yeah, you can get a lot accomplished in 6 months
Right.
going to Mars. That's
Right.
a hell of a
If they're like,
resume.
we're gonna go in a different direction, just be like, did they walk on Mars?
Yeah, I don't think they
so.
did.
Uh,
So
yeah.
doesn't sound like they're as qualified as me.
And then they bring out the one other person that
But
went
yeah,
with
the
you.
one other guy on the trip, you're like, damn it, Tony, fucking Tony.
I thought you said you weren't going to apply here.
Oh shoot!
This is my gas station.
That's that is hilarious, dude. I forget where I heard that from though. I heard about something to Mars though,
Yeah.
about the travel.
Yeah, I
It could be
forget.
nuts.
That would be wild, man. It would be wild. I also, by the way, I don't know if she told you, I wanted to get your lady on here just so we could talk shit about you for an hour. But
Oh,
she
she
said
would-
no.
She would definitely do it sometime.
She said no. She said
She-
absolutely not.
Did she?
Yeah. And
I
it,
think-
it wasn't gonna be like, hey, come on the show so we can shit on Jerry. It was like, hey, it'd be cool if you could come on the show. And she was like, fuck you, you fat slob. That's basically
that's
verbatim.
definitely her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yup.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, yup. So
See,
Yeah. Yup.
she said something one time
Shit.
like, should I come? Like, am I invited? And I was just like, I just feel like there's not room
right.
for more people.
I mean,
But that was also before.
right before
this
the
room.
new room. She could definitely come, but
Like, yeah, my girl's here. She's in the hall though.
right. She's in the lobby.
She's in the wait. Yeah, she's in the lobby.
Knock 3 times if you need anything.
Right. Oh man. But I think we've hit an hour or close to it or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, we're
Right.
getting there.
I would ask Justin, but
You know, I fucked up.
where'd you even put it?
It's right here.
It's gone now.
You know, I wanted to hide it from you to make myself feel better.
Right. Well, I saw it and then now I don't see it. So you hit
Yeah.
it, but you didn't start it. Even
Why
late.
start it now?
Okay.
No,
Ooh.
go ahead. Start it now. Outro. Please make sure you like and subscribe us on YouTube, Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify,
We are on all of those.
Twitter,
Or-
Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook,
Yep.
OnlyFans.
About to be. We're starting an OnlyFans later.
And I can't think of it. TikTok.
We are on TikTok too, but like,
Did I hit everything?
I don't even think you said Facebook.
I did.
You forgot to tell them to drink our sponsor, Red Bull,
Red Bull gives you wings.
And
that
there's
you
like,
guys totally are sponsored by.
You're right. And there's like 10 other platforms that we're on too, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, I appreciate you
I
trying.
got you.
We're
Like
not
us.
here to measure dicks, but if you want to know, here's how big my dick is.
Right. About 12.
Uh-huh.
Episode 6 now.
Millimeters.
What is 12 millimeters? Like an inch?
I'd say it's very moist.
No,
What's
it's not an inch.
Is it 3? How many?
I'm gonna guess 4.
4 inches? Okay, so I'm like
Did
8
you say
millimeters.
centimeters or millimeters?
Millimeters.
Millimeters.
Oh,
Millimeters
I was
are
thinking
much smaller.
centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably
Did
right.
you catch that?
You're probably right, like an inch or 2.
Right. Okay. Well,
My
then it's
bad.
pretty accurate. But
Oh my god.
anyway, thank you for
Starting
being
the
on
timer.
episode 69. Thank you, Justin, for doing your one job an hour into the episode.
You are the
problem.
man.
But yeah, thank you guys for checking out episode 69. Hopefully it was nice and moist for you. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like and subscribe and share and all that fun stuff. And patreon.com/AbJFpodcast. And
Moist you later.
Stay moist, people.
have a good night.
Till next week. Peace.